Next speaker is Josh Braggins. Josh started working for me last April, right? So he's just finished up his first season, and I couldn't have found a better teacher and learner and coach. And I'm excited that he's going to get to present for you guys today. A little background on Josh: he graduated from NC State, ex-PGM student, right? And worked for Jim McLean for several years, Doral, PGA West. And then worked up north at Crescent Club, Sunnydale with Michael Breed. So he's had some really good mentors that he's worked for. I'm just trying to stay up with stay up with all these guys. So he's got a lot of experience and just an up-and-coming superstar. So welcome.
Awesome. Well, I thank Jason for giving that quick little background. I was saving me the boring part of it. I've got good news and I've got bad news. Good news is lunch is right after me. Bad news is my time management is terrible. So if I start going a little too long, I'm Maggie waiting me down back there. But thank you guys for coming out today. Another beautiful day in Carmel here in Charlotte, North Carolina. I know we have a mix of teachers here, head professionals, and assistants. So I'm going to try to cover this, kind of touching on the aspects of all the operations, but mainly focusing on teaching and what makes a teacher. Why are we even out here? Then we'll go through the process of the lesson and dive in. We're going to make this as interactive as possible. I'll try not to pick on too many people, but if I do, don't take it to offense. We're going to start off, I'm going to go around the room and just ask you, first off, why did you get the business? What makes a PGA professional? You go through the list of the qualities of PGA professionals. Man, you could sit here for an hour and just name off 50 different things. We're going to go around the room and just feel free to shout out, raise your hand, whatever you want to do. But let's go through and figure out some different things that it takes to make a PGA professional. Anybody want to start? If not, I'm going around the room. I see the one guy putting his head down. John Brown, you're going to start for me. John, what's it take to make a PGA professional?
You get the opportunity to make others happy.
Okay, make others happy. What else? Anybody else?
To play.
To play, absolutely. What else?
Grow the game.
Grow the game. Thank you.
Patience.
Model of PGA. What's that?
Patience.
Patience, absolutely.
Sheer knowledge.
Sheer knowledge.
Integrity.
Integrity. Beautiful. Game knowledge, absolutely. That's what we're here today. Go.
Giving back.
What's that?
Giving back.
Giving back, absolutely. Love that. Good. Anybody else?
BS.
What's that?
BS.
I'm sorry?
BSing.
BS. Absolutely. We do a lot of that.
One of those things, a friend.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach, absolutely. Anybody else? Very quiet, back right hand corner. I'll come to you guys later. Okay, so we went through a few of those. I mean, obviously we can sit here for hours and off 1,000 different things that it takes to be a PGA professional, but we're going to start off with, what is a teacher? You know, what does a teacher do? You know, you're a coach. I would hope that everybody's passionate about the game, if you're teaching the game. Knowledgeable. Obviously, I hope we're trained to gain knowledge. Obviously, we all know a little bit. No matter how much you know, you still shouldn't stop learning. But finally, you know, my biggest thing, and after working for Michael, I guess that's how I got really good at talking. Usually not talking at all, and I know you guys watch the golf channel and you're ready to cut it off after about 5 minutes. But being open-minded, you know, I think that I've had the opportunity to work for some unbelievable mentors. You know, I'm very gracious for that. But what does it mean to be open-minded? I mean, you've got so many different ways to teach. You know, there's Stack and Till, there's Jim Hart and Hank Haney, Butch Harmon. They all have different techniques. So, you know, I think as an instructor, you can very easily get confused. But we're going to spend a lot of time, you know, talking about being open-minded, you know, being creative. I think that's part of why we're here today. Besides getting the MSR points, I get that too because I'm a little bit behind. But let's go around the room. Why do you teach? Same thing. Why do you teach? Anybody?
Satisfaction.
That's absolute satisfaction helping somebody. Let's go this side. Anybody over here? Why do you teach? If you don't teach, why do you want to teach?
Building relationships.
Building relationships, absolutely. To get better at teaching, absolutely, 100%. Member retention, fantastic. Back right hand corner, still very white back there. Not sure why or not. Anybody else?
Pays all right.
What's that?
Pays okay.
Pays okay. Say that again. Who said money? Absolutely. What? Want to make money. That's why we're here. Anybody else? Good. So there's a number of reasons that you teach. I mean, obviously, I'm very passionate about the game. I love playing. Can't tell you how much I love teaching. When I graduated from NC State, we beat Duke, by the way, yesterday. Anybody cares?
Yeah.
Thank you. When I graduated from college, I ended up as an intern at Carolina Country Club in Raleigh, and was working for Ted Keeble, and got to watch Webb play a lot, hit a lot of balls, and I knew nothing about teaching. Zero. And I wish I could go back and take the time to spend more time with Ted and watch him teach. I did a little bit, but now that a little bit older, looking back, I'm like, what was I thinking? But, why do we teach? We teach because we're passionate about the game. We want to make money, obviously. I think that's a huge part of it. Again, we want to gain knowledge, member retention. There's so many different aspects, but keep that in mind as you're out there on the lesson team or you start to learn how to teach. I know we have a mix of experience here. But first off, how can you be a better teacher? Again, I'm truly humbled by the experience that I've had. And as we go down this list, I'll give you some things that you can do as if you're a head professional for your assistants, or if you're a director of instruction, or whatever it may be, things that you guys can do for each other to share information. We're all here to make each other better. Just a reminder, you don't know everything. I mean, as we get older, we're going to continue learning. So I think just keeping that in the back of your mind, understanding that you never stop learning. And we'll talk about some things that you can do, whether it's going down a PGA show, going to seminars, going to things like this. Continue to read and get better with your teaching. First off, challenge yourself. How many of you guys have taken the time to go watch someone teach? Let me see a show of hands. Nice work by you. That's awesome. How many of you guys have gone to travel and take a lesson from someone? Show of hands. Even better. Someone, who did you go see?
I want to see our one.
Awesome. Who have you gone to see? Yeah. Yep. What's that? David Orr? Absolutely. North Carolina guy. He's right here. Very easy to access for the most part. Anybody else? Who's the name you've gone to see? Doesn't have to be a big name. Matt Gilgrave. Nice. He's got some old videos of him. Fantastic. Good. So not only challenge yourself, but challenge your peers and your staff. As a head golf professional for the future of director of instruction, wherever I may end up, somebody said give back earlier. I look forward to the chance to give back, for all the experiences that I have, that I've had. And one of the things that I don't see enough of, personally, and maybe this happens more often than not, but rainy days like this, man, we got nothing going on. I'm sitting around twiddling my thumbs, watching Michael Reed on the Golf Channel until I explode. I love that guy. But take the time to sit down with your assistants, sit down with your staff, no matter who it is, and take a chance to share information that you guys have learned. And that's the whole aspect of what we're here to do today. And then surround yourself with people smarter than you. It's very easy for me to do. I've got Jason Sutton and Jeff Nichols. They're a lot smarter than me. They've been on the earth a little bit longer than me as well. And then just a great quote by Henry Ford. Whether you think you can or you can't, you are correct. So I love quotes, love documentaries, so I'll share some of those with you today. But keep those things in mind. I think we'll talk about attitude and why that's important in teaching, but keep that quote in the back of your mind. So things you can do. I just went over a few of them, but these are some of the things that I've had the opportunity to do that we've come up with. I know here at Carmel, Jason, once or twice a month we have staff meetings, instructional meetings. And It doesn't matter what the topic is. Come up with anything, something you've learned, something you want to learn. Do a little research on it. Share it. Lunch and learn. When I was at Sunningdale, we were sitting in the golf shop. And the cool thing about Sunningdale is that the head professional didn't have his own office. We were all in this, 8 by 8 square foot room. And man, did we get tired of each other. 7 days a week, you're grinding from April 1st to October 31st. But on days like this, when there was nobody in Sunningdale, we would take a trip down to the Mexican restaurant, bring a notepad, and we would talk about anything that involved teaching or how we could be better or how we could grow, whatever it may have been, so that we can grow as professionals. I think that's what we all want to do. Monday meetings, when I was down in Miami and Jim McLean, thank God I worked in California first, it was a little bit more laid back there, but Monday meetings at Doral and in front of Jim McLean, and you haven't been teaching, is a scary, scary thing. You show up as an assistant, you're sitting in a room with some of the top instructors in the country, and all of a sudden Jim says, Josh, I want you to give me a step 5 presentation. Yeah, that didn't go very well. I think I might have lasted about 3 minutes and he flipped it 20. But anyway, things like that don't have to be exactly this. Come up with your own. Again, go take a lesson. Education, go watch. I list a few here. I apologize if I missed anybody that's at the top of the list, or even if they're not. There's so many good instructors out there and ideas, but these are just a few in North Carolina. Obviously, Jason, Ed Barber's at Duke, Ted Keagle's at Carolina Country Club, Andrew Rison's in South Carolina, Applefeld's Pinehurst, and then Reading, I think, is Myrtle Beach. Take the time to, if you get a cold day or any time during this point in the season, take a ride down there. Ask these guys if you can watch. I don't think they would have a problem with that. Great little thing here. Invest in yourself. I think, again, when I got out of college, I knew nothing. I still don't think. But I've learned to invest in myself, and investing in yourself, again, going to seminars. I like to watch documentaries. I feel like, it doesn't necessarily have to be about golf, but do things that are going to make you better. Do things that are going to, you wake up in the morning, you get ready for the day. There's small things that you can do to change how much energy you have during the day. I think, as teachers, and especially for me, when I'm a lesson teacher for 8 hours a day, it's exhausting. So taking the time to get in shape. I love food, so that's kind of hard for me. But anyway, how can you invest in yourself? Again, eating healthy. It's simple. Reading, watching videos, YouTube. Jason loves YouTube. Can't get enough of that. And why is this important? I think, as an instructor, if you're not investing in yourself, you're not growing. We all want to continue to grow. And then one of the things that I find, and this is just a personal opinion here, I don't usually share too many personal opinions, but not enough of us share information. I think that you hop on these Facebook forums, and it's starting to become a regular trend now, but I think that as we do research, everybody wants to keep it all for themselves. Great, but PGA wants to grow the game, so let's all grow it together. So share the things that you've learned. I can't tell you how excited I am to be up here today to share a little bit of my knowledge through my 4 years of teaching, which is a lot. A lot of guys out here have way more experience than me, but I'm excited to be up here to share this information with you guys. And then what is your goal as a teacher? It could be, if you're only teaching 1 or 2 hours a week, that's fine. But, some of us have higher aspirations. Maybe you want a TV show on Golf Channel. Maybe you want to be Teacher of the Year. Maybe you want to be Tigers coach. I don't know. We all have different aspirations and different goals. But keep in mind that how do we get there? We focus on the people that are in front of us. I think most of us are at country clubs or golf academies, or even if you're a golf store where you get to teach a little bit. Keep an interest in your membership. Focus on who's in front of you, because they are the people that are going to share that information. It's always tough being a first-year employee at a club. You come in new, nobody knows who you are, and all of a sudden it's like, man, how do I get these people to come take lessons? And it's so much work from out. You give one good lesson, or you meet somebody and they just love hanging out with you, and the word spreads like wildfire, and then by June you're rocking and rolling, and it just continues to grow. So keep an interest in your membership, word of mouth, and then are your students improving? If they're not, figure out why. Confidence, trust. Members, when they come to you, they want you, well, they come to you because they think you know something, hopefully. I hope you do know a little bit. But when you're teaching, be confident in yourself. Trust yourself, because that's going to rub off on them. If you have confidence rubs off on them. Hopefully they get a little bit better. And then most importantly, make them feel appreciated. As we go through, I'll get to the structure of the lesson. We'll talk about in the conclusion. And I'll probably repeat this again, but make sure you think. I think we don't do that enough. I know that I miss it too sometimes, but if you're teaching somebody, especially if they're a non-member or if they're a guest, guess what they're doing? They're driving to come see you. How many other golf instructors did they pass to come see you? They could maybe drove and see 3 other professionals before they got to your club. Make sure you thank them for coming to see you. They need to know that they are appreciated. And then also, as we go along today, we'll talk about being a total game teacher. What does that mean? It means you don't just teach putting. You don't just teach full swing. You become a teacher who teaches the mental side of the game, the management side of the game, the whole aspect of the game. Things that scare me for kids is that a lot of times we keep them on the range for too long. I think that they forget how to play the game of golf. I know Maggie grew up with Webb Simpson, and Maggie always told me that they were the complete opposite. Maggie was always on the range hitting balls, practicing. Webb was out on the golf course playing, and Webb actually had to learn how to practice. So I think, looking at it now, yeah, there's some benefit to that. So we'll talk about getting them out on the golf course. Don't stand in the front street forever. We'll also go over the mental management game. Getting them better. It's a great picture of our assistant